I could have swore that live that I put up before we did First Samuel was not muted. So either that's God trying to tell me to shut up and not steer y'all wrong, or I really had the stream muted. I can't remember. But we finna keep trying to get to the bottom of it, man. I'm not finna just settle, you feel me, for what Jacob Generations is saying. Even though I feel like what Jacob Generations is saying is true, because bro, the type of research that Jacob the Generation be doing, a lot of pastors don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you feel me? I was looking at a sermon from a pastor. It's called Destiny Church. Biblical guidance on marijuana. Now that was 7 years ago. 7 years ago, weed was illegal, like everywhere except for literally California. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna click this video. We're gonna keep on trying to get to the bottom of it. You feel me? Jacob Generations though, like from what I done read up on him, bro been doing this since before, you know what I mean, reels and memes and, you feel me? Social media was like a popping type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep on getting to the bottom of it, man. I'm gonna play this video right here real quick. Heartbeat. Why am I singing that? What's up, Tanisha Hutchins? What up? I know a Tanisha.
Welcome to today's episode of Kingdom Clarity. The goal of this channel is to bring biblical clarity to a controversial world. And today we're going to be talking about something that Christians have been debating for a long time. Is smoking weed, is using marijuana, is that a Christian liberty or is that overtly sinful? And I'm going to start by answering that question. I think it depends. What exactly are we talking about? Are we talking about the use of medical marijuana? Or are we talking about smoking weed? Those can be two very different things. And so in this episode, we're going to talk about, what does the Bible say about our bodies, and is this permissible? Is this sinful? The age-old argument has been for many generations, well, it's illegal. So it kind of stopped this conversation for quite a time where it was the law.
SpongeBob. Are you trying to tell me that you're somebody under an alias right now by confirmation of SpongeBob? Is that what's going on? SpongeBob, we are definitely in SpongeBob though. Yeah, I know about SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a very accurate cartoon television show. You know what I mean? But let's go back to the video, chat. Cause I got Jacob Generations is he, you feel me? He sounded pretty accurate. Like everything he say is based off of scripture.
It's illegal. Well, this is not really as applicable as it used to be, because many states have passed the use of medical and recreational marijuana. Okay. So the question isn't so much, is it legal? The question becomes, is it permissible?
Right.
Is it sinful? Should I have the choice within Christian liberty, or does the Bible say something different. Now, I know for many people in this conversation, they brought up other issues of the body, and they say, well, if we're going to talk about this, we got to talk about alcohol, and we got to talk about food and obesity.
Alcohol.
Those are good conversations.
Alcohol is clearly.
That's not the point of this video. Today, we're going to singularly talk about marijuana and its use with Christians. And so, here's some of the verses that have been used to kind of support a non-use of marijuana, that these kind of restrict the use in any way. At least they've been applied by many in this way. And so 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12 says, everything is permissible for me, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permissible for me, but I will not be mastered by anything.
Right.
And so when you talk about substances,
chat.
we're talking about the use
of marijuana. We getting somewhere. Now I know y'all heard that. You know what I'm saying? So from right there, that's telling me Jacob Generations ain't no liar. He's just biblically inclined to see things that most people, or understand things that most people don't. Let's keep watching though. We're not going, you know what I mean? Let's keep watching.
Marijuana, cannabis, weed, I'm going to interchange those phrases, but I will not be mastered by anything. Marijuana is one of those substances that you don't just use once every 6 months. It's usually something that becomes a daily or multiple times a week can become a habit. And we'll talk about, is that a good habit? Is it a bad habit? Is it sinful? But Paul makes it clear that we are not meant to be mastered by anything. Nothing should have control over us. Right. So that would be true. He continues in chapter 6, verse 19 and 20.
Now, let me pause it again.
Do you not know that your body...
Okay. Y'all literally witness me, since I've been going on live, y'all witness me stop smoking weed for 2 weeks, cold turkey. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to say that I am not controlled by weed. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can say right now that I love God more than I love weed, even though I enjoy indulging in weed. Okay, let's keep going.
Body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God. You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God. Is a temple of the control over us. So that would be true. He continues in chapter 6, verse 19 and 20. He says, do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your body. So the question is, can we honor God by using these substances? And we're going to talk about what effects they have on your brain and your body and your ambitions. And the question is, can I honor God in the temple of the Holy Spirit while using...
And see, here's the thing about stuff having an effect on your brain.
Chapter 5, verse 8.
Having an effect on your brain and your body.
And we're going to talk
because
God with your body.
You feel me? Like, it's like... I want to... you feel me? Like, we can get technical, and I don't want to... You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get technical. Because it's... You know what I'm saying? The Bible is technical. So it's like, okay... If you brush your teeth every day, your toothbrush can have an effect on your body, chat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of things in this world that we don't even realize have an effect on us, bro, that have an effect on us. You know what I'm saying? Something as simple as brushing your teeth with a plastic toothbrush. I recently just found that out. I heard about toothpaste, you know what I'm saying? And tap water having fluoride in it and all that. You feel me? So it's like, everything is affecting us to a certain extent. So it's like, ultimately, you gotta definitely take, you know what I'm saying, take care of your body by taking the right vitamins and, you know what I mean, all that good stuff. Let's keep going.
So the question is, can we honor God by using these substances? And we're going to talk about what effects they have on your brain and your body and your ambitions. The question,
I'm trying to figure out what that means. PLS. PIS.
Is, can I honor God in the temple of the Holy Spirit while using these things? The Bible also teaches in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And so in this word, in 1 Peter chapter 5, we get this word sober. Now, what does this mean? This means to be self-controlled, free of confusion, clear-headed, of sound mind. To keep your head. And so in this verse, we acknowledge that there is an enemy of our soul that wants to distract us, wants to destroy us, wants to have us become addicted to things that,
by the way, chat,
do not edify us, don't build us up.
Y'all can do this if y'all want to, but I have decided, as far as my fast go, I'm pretty sure, bro, we cool on 1 meal a day. You know what I'm saying? It's according to Jacob Generation, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like to follow some of his, you know what I'm saying, some of his teachings, because it seemed accurate, bro. Like he into it deep. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna start. Between the times of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Is the window time to eat. You feel me? One good meal a day. You know what I mean? A few good snacks here and there. After 4 o'clock, cut it off. You know what I mean? Discipline. Anyway, that was a side note, but let's keep going.
They don't help us. And so Christians in this text, to be sober-minded, to be clear-headed, again, we ask the question, can you smoke weed and be clear-headed?
He look like he smoked weed, chat.
Is your thinking impaired?
The person that's talking look high right now.
Talk about some of the medical benefits, potentially, and some of the big drawbacks of, is it possible to be sober-minded? And lastly, in Galatians chapter 5, verses 16 through 21, Paul says, so I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of your flesh. For the flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that you are not to do whatever you want. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. The acts of the flesh are obvious. Now, he's going to list what these acts of the flesh are, and there's a word that you're going to hear in the English that's not going to translate how it would have in the Greek. The acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity and debauchery, idolatry and witchcraft. Another word that's used in other translations is sorcery. And what we think of is just tarot cards and palm readings and, Ouija boards. But what the original intent of this word, in the word that we see in the Greek, is pharmakeia. And this word pharmakeia, it's talking about having an altered state of mind. And for them, this would lead into pagan worship and into other demonic things. But it was substances specifically. This could be through drink or by smoking it, inhaling it, ingesting it. There were many ways to receive these. But to have an altered state of mind is really what this text is saying, pharmakeia. Then it goes on and says hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissensions, factions, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. And so this word pharmakeia, there's a use in this that I think applies to any substance that alters your mind. So I'm going to break this into two parts. We're going to talk about medical marijuana, and then we're going to talk about recreational use, which means I'm not using this for medicinal purposes. I wasn't prescribed by a doctor. I just like getting high. Okay, we're going to talk about those two different realities. So medical marijuana. It has been proven. There are many, many studies. Today I'm going to be referencing the Mayo Clinic and a couple other medical journals, but it is pretty widely substantiated that there is a medical benefit in some cases to the use of non-smoked marijuana. Okay, I was clear on that. Cannabis oils, edibles, different topical ointments, those can have a real medical benefit. In what are the cases that it provides a medical benefit? Well, it provides a medical benefit in severe and chronic pain. It won't take the pain away forever, but it can help lessen it for a time. It can help with multiple sclerosis and muscle spasms. It can help with severe nausea and vomiting that comes from cancer treatments. It can help with epilepsy and seizures. And so we see that cannabis, it does have a ability to treat symptoms, but rarely will treat the actual condition. So is that permissible? Is this the same as taking an ibuprofen? It's going to help take my pain away for a time, but I don't like how that makes me feel, or I have a bad reaction to it. Is it permissible? Is it Christian liberty? And I would say there is a large difference between taking cannabis medicinally for the sake of symptom relief and sitting around and smoking weed. I think those are two different things. And so if we're talking about using it medicinally, responsibly, and not just to get high and get this euphoric feeling, I would say that falls within Christian liberty. If you feel more comfortable taking it, I think that is it's permissible in that guideline. But we're going to flip the conversation over to recreational, because 90% of the users of marijuana in the United States, they use recreationally. So there are 10% that use it medicinally. Almost everybody is using this recreationally. And so what are some of the realities of marijuana? What are some of the risks? What are some of the side effects? And I want you just to imagine for a second, if you're like I'm in favor, I'm a proponent, weed should be totally fine within the church. However I want to use it, I can use it. Well, I'm going to list some of the risks and some of the effects of marijuana use. And for a moment, I would just ask you, don't think about marijuana when I'm saying these risks. Let's say I'm talking about something completely different, something you're not in favor of. And you tell me at the end of this, if you think that this would be a good recommendation to someone to be using on a regular basis with all of these known side effects. So the Mayo Clinic, the Journal of Neuroscience, they list many side effects and potential issues with it. So one of the ways that they show problematic use of marijuana is that smoking marijuana regularly, it can drastically damage the cells in the bronchial passage, which protects the body against inhaled microorganisms and decreases the ability of immune cells in the lungs to fight off fungi and bacteria and tumor cells. And so
That's
for
why
patients already with a
CMOS.
weakened immune system, this means a massive increase in the possibility of dangerous pulmonary infections, including pneumonia. This is true anytime you are inhaling smoke into your lungs. You are taking on a large risk. Their study concludes that users of marijuana, within an hour of using marijuana, they have a more than quadruple risk than the average person of having a heart attack. That's a big risk. That's a big effect. Researchers found that smoking cannabis is associated with the same degree of bronchial mucous membrane damage as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. Now, most people are going to say smoking cigarettes is bad for you, it's wrong. But because marijuana has a more natural element to it, because it grows out of the ground, many people just think it doesn't have the same effects. It's a widely known fact that smoking marijuana leads to short-term memory loss. It leads to
Yeah.
distorted perception. It leads to trouble with thinking and
Yeah.
problem solving. It leads
Yeah.
to a loss of motor skills, a decrease in muscle strength, increased heart rate, increased anxiety.
Yeah.
These are all known effects. Mayo Clinic says that marijuana smoke contains 50 to 70% more carcinogens than tobacco smoke and has the potential to cause cancer of the lungs and the respiratory tract. And so we asked these questions in the beginning. Is it honoring my body to be recreationally using marijuana, and I'm talking about smoking it, for no real medical benefit? Does this contradict the mandate we see in Scripture to keep our bodies pure? I think it does. I think in certain cases, medical marijuana, non-smoking, CBD, these can be helpful and they fall under Christian liberty. But I think that recreational marijuana, we have to ask the question, why are people using it? I think we're using it. Dude, for real, I smoked weed for years. Many, many years. Many times a day for many years. I understand why I was smoking weed, because there was an escape. There was a release. There was a chemical change in my brain that felt kind of good. I could disconnect. Sometimes it brought on more laughter, and I could sit around and just kind of be in the moment, enjoying the TV show or whatever I was doing. And for me, the reason I was smoking marijuana, it wasn't anything to do with a medical benefit. It had to do with a de-stressor that didn't last.
Yeah.
But also to be kind of out of my sober mind was kind of the point. And I think many people, that would be your reasoning as well. Marijuana is known to be addictive. Now, I know some people argue this and fight this. This is a known fact. And anyone who
Yeah, I'm
has ever
saying with
used
routine,
it
yes,
regularly,
you can get addicted to
you
it.
know,
Turn it into
don't just
a daily
quit
routine.
one day and never use again easily. It is a one who has ever used it regularly. You know, you don't just quit one day and never use again easily. It is a difficult path to wean yourself off of marijuana. Now, it doesn't have the same chemicals as cigarettes to keep you addicted, but it absolutely has been proven to be addictive. And so the scripture that we read earlier in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, I'm not to be mastered by anything. Well, it's kind of hard to be addicted to something and say that it doesn't master you. And I would just challenge you, if you don't think you're mastered by it and you smoke weed regularly and you're a Christian, go 2 weeks.
I just did that.
Finish this video and prove to yourself that you're not mastered by it. Just quit for 2 weeks. I bet you it's going to be a lot more difficult or impossible for you to do that on your own.
Bro, I just did it.
And so these two reasons alone, the medical side effects plus the addictive nature of it, when we are called to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. So if we need something to be happening in our mind, the Bible isn't telling us to deaden our mind. And I'm going to prove to you in a moment that there is an effect on your actual brain when you smoke weed that is deadening your brain. And over time, you become a lot less smart, cognitive, and focused. And so are we to be renewing our mind or deadening our mind? Are we to be of sober mind, or are we just supposed to be so high that we don't really care about the things that are happening around us? And so there was a man who did a pretty deep and detailed study from Northwestern University. His name was Hans Breiter. And he's quoted as saying, just casual use of marijuana appears to create changes in the brain in areas you do not want to change. And so in his study, he took 20 different relatively light marijuana smokers. And then he took 20 non-smokers. And he did a bunch of tests, and he put them under certain medical instruments, and all 40 of these students went underneath the exact same tests. They had MRIs, they had brain scans done. So the study found that there were 2 drastic changes to the amygdala and the nuclear part of your brain. There were massive changes in volume, shape, and density. And so for the people that smoked weed, this part of your brain, the amygdala, that is involved in your emotion and motivation and even many mental illnesses, they derive from this part of your brain.
Okay.
And we're seeing a big change in the 20 moderate to light weed smokers in a part of the brain that he says you do not want to mess around with. You don't want changes in this part of your brain. And so the more marijuana that these students smoked, the more changes that there were. Their brains differed the more they smoked. And so we see a decline in IQ in those who regularly smoke marijuana. We see a decline in focus, in motivation, in drive and ambition. We see all of this related to the person who recreationally smokes on a regular basis. And so I'm going to answer the question.
He not lying, Jack. I got to be real.
Smoking weed permissible for the Christian? I would say medically, it's a Christian liberty. Recreationally, it's a hard no. It's a hard no.
Okay.
Because you're not in sober mind. You are willingly allowing all of these negative side effects and negative consequences. Now you're willingly just taking these in and taking them on. And I would say if we took all of these side effects and I just gave them to you and said, should any Christian just willingly do this, a couple times a week, couple times a day, and just casually use something that causes this effect, I would say no one would say, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And so my answer is, if you don't have a specific medical condition, you're just getting high.
Mm-hmm.
You're just using weed as an escape, as a mind-altering form to probably escape something that needs counseling and needs actual attention. And so I would be interested to hear from you in the comments.
Really, just because I'm bored.
Where did I miss it today? Do you agree? Do you think that
I kind of agree,
Christian
bro.
can smoke as much weed as they want, whenever they want, for however long as they want?
No.
I'd love to hear from you in the comments. We're going to continue this next week as we talk through more Christian liberties. What is permissible for the Christian? I thank you today for joining us for Kingdom Clarity. Our goal is to bring
Kingdom Clarity, man,
to a controversial world.
I'm gonna get out of
subscribe. See you back here next week.
Okay. 2 years ago. All right, now let's look at one more. Let's look at one more. Let's look at one more, chat. What do you think about Messi moving to the NBA? What? That nigga don't play basketball. I don't know, chat. It's sounding like this will be my last joint. Right now, that's what it's sounding like. Right now, it's sounding like the joint that I just rolled up, I better enjoy it because this is my last one. That's what it's sounding like right now. But let's look at another one. I got another one I wanted to look at. I think it's in my watch later. I like how Buddy did that, though. I like how he put that. You know what I'm saying? It was very non-provoking. You feel me? Straight to the point. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this one. This was a year ago.
But especially our parents' generation, the topic of marijuana is something that's very frowned upon, right? I want to pick your brain about it because you're very open about smoking weed.
Yeah.
And you've said in previous podcasts you've tried shrooms and done some psychedelics.
Yeah.
And so do you ever feel any conflictions between what was taught to you and what is known in the church that says about these things being sins or whatever?
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about that? Do you have any conflictions?
Yeah, so the shroom thing I did when I was a little bit younger and not really focused on who I was. I was in a lost place. It's not something people should dabble in. I also don't recommend smoking weed. I'm trying to get myself like to not smoke. I smoke way less than I used to. The reason I started smoking marijuana is because I have really bad insomnia. I would go like a few days without sleeping, and so when I would talk to the doctors, they wanted to prescribe me like medication for it. And so I brought it up to my mom and I said, "Hey, mom, like I could either smoke weed at night or I take these pills." And my mom was like, "You ain't taking pills." And so I told her, I was like, "Hey, this is something I want to do." And I brought her research because I still needed my parents' permission, even though I'm like 27 at the time.
So they didn't like the idea of you smoking?
No, at first they were like, no. But then when I sat them down and I showed them studies on like how ridiculously more healthy it is than drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then your dad has a liquor store. It's a pretty good like comeback. You know what I mean? And even mushrooms, even though I don't want anybody to take it, mushrooms are extremely healthy compared to like alcohol or any of that other stuff. But that was in my dumb stage in life, right? I use that as a medicine for me when my real medicine is God. So if I need to wind down or cool off, I should just read the gospel and get to know my God. So yeah, if kids come up to me and they ask me, should I smoke or drink? I say no. But if you had to choose one underneath the sun, I would say marijuana, only because marijuana is like, now mind you, this is just off of my behavior, right? Because I don't like to look at the world. I like to study myself. When I was drinking, when I was like 21, I only drank like a few times. And I was an idiot, bro. Like, I was trying to have shags. I was trying to fight dudes. I understand now why they call it the spirits, because it was just like everything but my spirit. I didn't behave the way I usually behave. But when I smoke, I'm just a little bit paranoid. I overthink a lot of things. But if I had my son dabble in one, I'd rather him smoke than drink. But that's just my perspective. I'd rather my son not do anything.
I've never been high till this day.
Don't. If you haven't started, don't.
I've been offered it, realistically, probably over 30 times.
I got you. I'm like, don't, lady.
31 times. But I actually read this book called The Samson Syndrome, based off of the character in the book, the Bible book. Samson, best book ever, with the long hair, right?
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic analogy that summarizes sin perfectly. I think you would agree with this. So in 1999, there was a man named Daniel Duke, and he went to SeaWorld in Florida, Orlando. And so Daniel Duke waited in.
Yeah, Chad. I don't know, bro. You feel me? Maybe this is an issue that Jacob generation is still battling and hasn't gotten over yet. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, you know, I think it's pretty safe to say that this will be my last joint. Because I will not walk in disobedience knowing that something is wrong. You know what I mean? And everything that kingdom, whatever that channel was that we just watched that interview, he was not wrong about nothing he said. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Chad. Probably be my last one, man. Unfortunately. Because it's like, it's not clear enough. It's clear as far as like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you still take care of your body while smoking weed? You can. Does that mean it's okay to do, though? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Probably not. Like, maybe it's healthier. Maybe it's healthier, you know what I'm saying, drinking THC. But it's like, either way, smoking ain't healthy. You know? And if you got to do extra stuff to make sure you stay healthy because of a habit, you probably don't need to do it. So there it is, chat. They mention weed in the Bible as like THC oil. THC oil does not involve, you know what I'm saying, hurting or damaging your esophagus. You know? And if you need THC oil for a specific health benefit, that's what he said. It's permissible. You know what I mean? If you're not using the weed to stay healthy, it's wrong. So, there you have it, chat. If you're not using the weed to stay healthy, chat, it's wrong. What's up, Bob Hangley? Like, that's the God honest truth, chat. I mean, I hate that I'm saying it myself because I enjoy weed, but I gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? From what I just heard, now we're gonna keep reading. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep listening when I get done smoking. But from what I just heard, if you're not using it in a healthy way, as far as THC or something medically to help you get better, then it's wrong. Because it opens up an avenue for Satan to infiltrate. Stay in here. Stay in here. And anytime it opens up an avenue, chat, for the devil to infiltrate, you probably don't want, you know what I'm saying? You probably want to leave it alone. So, I guess you could say, this will be my farewell to Mary Jane joint one last time. Because, you know what I mean? I don't want anything that could possibly stop me from hearing from God directly to keep me from hearing from God directly. And that's what mattered to me more than smoking weed. So, if God don't want me to smoke weed, then this is my last joint. You know what I mean, chat? Real deal spill, man. God don't want me to smoke no weed. I won't smoke no weed, chat. So, as you see me light this joint, this is probably my last one. Where Kiki at? She's right there. Yep, this is probably my last one, chat. You know? And that's probably why God muted my live so I wouldn't lead y'all astray. It's making sense. It's making sense. I got it, God. I got it. I hear you. Oh, shoot. I got it, guys. I get it. I hear you. I will listen. You feel me? So this is my farewell to Mary Jane joint right here. We do have to part ways. We do have to part ways. And now I understand why I threw them joints away. Yeah, I think Jacob Generation is still battling with this one. And I think everybody's human. And you know, everybody's on a different time clock as far as like their salvation, and everybody's on a different walk. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is something that Jacob Generation is still struggling with. It hasn't come to terms with the fact that he needs to stop smoking weed. So I can't let Jacob Generation influence me into smoking weed, because I don't really want to give the devil an inch. Because if you get the devil an inch, he would definitely take him out. You know what I'm saying? So this is it for me, champ. them was the ladies at the front office. Yeah, I'm through, chat. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna enjoy this one, and we back off of it. But at the end of the day, bro, it's just too risky. And at the end of the day, you don't want to love nothing more than you love God. So being that the fact that smoking weed is just too risky, bro, I think I should leave it alone. You know what I mean? I done got enough knowledge behind it through the word of God that it's not safe enough for me personally to continue doing. You know what I'm saying? And hoping God, yeah, man. Like, nah, I'm cool. So this will be my farewell joint, man. For sure. No more weed, man. No more weed. And Lionheart Church just popped up on my phone, so this could be confirming that I'm saying the right thing to y'all right now. And the fact that my live got muted earlier when I could have swore I didn't see no mute button, that could also be a confirmation that, you know what I mean, I'm possibly leading y'all astray. So let me straighten back up, man. Let me straighten back up. You know what I mean? Let's fly right. It's over with, Jack. It's over with. I'm through. I'd rather mess up this way than like mess up having sex or something, though. You know what I'm saying? So, do I feel bad? A little bit, for sure. You know what I mean? But if I am gonna make a mistake, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I will continue to make this mistake, but if I had to make a mistake as far as sin goes, I mean, I could live with this one. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? This is it though. That's how I know I got a big bottom lip, boy. It's in the way right now. Like, you feeling like a nigga lip hanging or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, bro. Weed ain't, you know what I'm saying? Nah. Yeah, bro. Weed ain't. It's not the worst sin, bro, but it's definitely a sin. You know what I'm saying? It's not something Christians should be doing, bro. I agree. Anybody that's saying you can smoke weed as a Christian, bro, they just like the plant. And they don't want to give it up. You know what I'm saying? That's the facts behind it. So, me wanting to be a true Christian, bro, I just got to come to that realization. Facts. Me being a Christian, I just got to come to the realization weed's not something I can do. You know what I'm saying? So, I came through that bitch speed. Weed is not something I can do, champ. Especially as a disciple. You know, so here we go again. You know, Clay Cash done messed up again. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I done fell short again, man. On live recorded vision. Anything that turns you into a different version than your true sober self, even if people like that version of you, if you're trying to be under God, you might not be able to do it. Because weed can definitely put you in a unnecessarily negative mindset at times, bro. So, I get it. I feel it. Yeah, I'm done, man. Gotta let it go. Once and for all, man. Gotta let it go. Why the hell? I mean, why the heck that whip just pull in? Or maybe somebody got in the whip and I wasn't paying attention. But it looked like the whip pulled in, chat, and pulled out. Sat there for a minute, pulled out. What was that I just seen flying? So, farewell to the marijuana. That could have been the same people that were just in that blue Tesla. From what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, I think that's what just happened, shit. That blue Tesla that I was telling y'all about. Two whips just pulled up. One was a Jeep. Yeah. One was a Jeep, one was a Hyundai. And they both pulled in fast and pulled out fast. So. Yeah, bro. Yeah, P2. I ain't gonna lie, at the same time, bro, them Bob Marley got, they might have some extra in it. Okay. Okay. Then it's like, everybody be telling me I'm tripping, but I'll be knowing I ain't tripping, chat. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why, you know what I'm saying? Like, uh-oh. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go live every day. You know what I'm saying? I go live every day. So it's like, if I was trying to be like dishonest or hide something, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be going live publicly. You know what I'm saying? Every day. You know what I'm saying? If I was like trying to like do something or say something in one way and then like hide my hand, like people that do that, they don't do stuff like go live every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like I don't be really understanding why it be situations in life at that times. You feel me? Where it's like, and that's like a manipulation tactic. But it's like, as people, well, not everybody don't do it though. But like some people, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's certain people do it. You know what I'm saying? The only people that kind of like do it, you feel me? Been through a lot, no question. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's kind of smart, but at the same time, I guess you never just really know who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's a accurate way to test somebody. But like, say if I'm talking to somebody, right, and I want to like get the truth out of them, but I want them to tell me the truth without them knowing that I want them to tell me the truth, or you know what I'm saying? Kind of type thing. So it's like I say like, I just look down. I don't know. I look like me and you having a conversation. I look down at your feet, and like I look back up at you as you talking. You be like, "You like my shoes?" And I say, "I mean, nah, they cool for real, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go. You feel me? Like, go ahead and say what you were saying. You feel me? But really, in my head, I'm on some stuff like, them shoes is fire, bro. I want to ask. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask. You know what I'm saying? Where this person got the shoes from, or something, or like." you feel me? Like you might say like I'm talking to a girl and like like the girl be on some tight timing where it's like, you know, she asks if I like her, but she asks if I like her just to see. She asked if I liked her just to see, you know what I'm saying, if I'm gonna tell her the truth or not. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you could be like on some type timing where it's like, okay, she she asking me this question, but depending on how I answer this question, it can lead me to home base or it can lead me to second base. Or we just gotta keep talking to the, you know what I'm saying, I'm back at the plate again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she say, you like me? And then I say like, I mean, nah, you cool, like you cool, like you straight, like I'm right with you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying what's really in my head, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh God, like you fire. You feel me? Like, yes, of course I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of like I guess you could say, a real in type of situation. So it's like, you feel me? Because in most cases, girls or you feel me, people in general, because you can use this in different situations, but in most cases, if a girl can kind of tell that you're interested in her, but you're not exactly like giving her that answer or like, you know what I mean, like giving her that go ahead green light so she could just go ahead and be like, oh, he already liked me. I could turn around and just, you know what I mean, do whatever. Like, I already got this. You know what I mean? You tell her like, you feel me, you cool, but you ain't really nothing special. You know what I'm saying? Or what the woo, it's kind of like, you feel me? It's kind of like a reaction, like they'll react to you at that point, uh, like what this, you know what I'm saying? Like what this nigga mean? Like, you feel me? So it's kind of like, oh word, you feel me? Like they'll step forward, like what he mean? Like, oh yeah, now I'm finna now you feel me? Most girls is like, now I'm finna figure out how to get you where I need you, since you ain't got it yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. That happens a lot in a lot of different situations. Is what I'm trying to say. And it's like, if that's what I was on, just like in life in general, like genuinely for real, if that's what I was on, I would not be going live every day. You know what I'm saying? Being as unfiltered as I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is not a decision that I'm making to smoke some weed. You feel me? After like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even plan on smoking weed. So it's like, I don't know. Like I'm not moving that calculated. I'm not, you feel me? That's not where my mind is at. Like I'm not moving that calculatedly deceitful to see if I can just like, you know what I mean? Try to skate by it. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Like skate by with like slick stuff and like nobody noticed, bro. I'm not on that. I'm not on that, bro. I'm literally getting up, genuinely living my life. You feel me? For the most part, uh, yeah. For the most part, like at the, I guess you could say at the sporadicness or something. You know, like not, I mean, or not sporadicness, but like, you feel me? like me smoking weed just now is literally just like one of them thoughts that just hit me like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe weed ain't that bad. And maybe I'm just like tripping about like trying to stop smoking and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. Like I got so much bad stuff on my name, bro. And it done drove me so crazy. It's like it's very easy for a narrative to get ran away with on me. You know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I be trying not to worry about too much. Because it's like, like a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like if you sit around thinking about like everything everybody done said about you, bro, and just like, you know what I'm saying? Bad seeds that got planted a long time ago that like people are still holding on to, and it really affected you because it was never true in the first place. But it's like you knowing you getting viewed in that way, no matter if it's true or not. So it's like you don't address it, and then it's like folk are thinking more. You do address it, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Folk could be like, no, that's kind of cap. You feel me? They could call cap on you, and then like, I don't know. It's kind of just like, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, like, bro, nobody has to spy on me, bro. Like, seriously, nobody has to spy on me. Like, I'm literally going live every day, bro. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what you. Like, it's like, I don't know, bro. People, like, I done got a narrative put out on me like I'm such a sneaky guy that, like, you feel me? Somewhere along the way, I'm just like this underlined, sneaky, like, slimy nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, bro, I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. I just think that's crazy, to be honest, bro. I think that's insane. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I know that people view me like that. You know what I'm saying? And the people that really know me, that started the narrative on that, they know that that's a lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? And my name ain't been cleared up to this day. You feel me? And this is how I'm getting viewed, bro. Like, my name ain't been cleared up to this day. From the individuals that I'm talking about. Like just personally. You feel me? Like, it in the image ain't getting cleared up because if the image do get cleared up, it put the eyes on. You know what I'm saying? These specific two situations where I feel like this whole outlook on Clay and Caleb Jeffries even came from. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like it's really messed up because, man, like it's really messed up because, bro, one situation happened and then somebody like dearly close to me. You feel me? I tell them about this certain situation where, you know what I'm saying? Something unethical happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And the situation got switched around. to where, you know what I mean? I was the villain. Like, I was the one that did something unethical. And I tell this person that's close to me about a story that I just fell out with somebody that's close to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the second person that's close to me, when me and this person fall out, the person uses the same technique. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of almost just like it turned into a trend to just turn Clay Cash into the villain of the story. You know what I'm saying? If somebody turn you into the villain of the story in every story and it's spread around enough, you know what I'm saying? Numbers is gonna outweigh one person, bro, all day long. So it's like, like, and then I get to, you feel me? And then everybody turn around and tell me I'm tripping, just so I can just like chill. And it's just like, don't nobody even gotta do that, bro. Like, don't nobody even gotta do that with me. Like, I don't know. Me personally, bro, if somebody got a real issue with me and it's like justifiable, like, and it's justifiable, like 100% justifiable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done messed up a situation and I just like, you know what I mean? 100% didn't get it back right at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't matter. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't, I messed up and then I just said F it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't try to get it back right. I ain't worried about getting it back right and I won't get it back right. You know what I'm saying? If I did something wrong to somebody like that, then it's like, okay, for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's a justifiable reason. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, anyway, bro. It ain't time for y'all to eat yet. I'm about to ask y'all hungry. I know y'all probably hungry though. Y'all like, man? Why y'all got attitudes with each other? You okay? Oh. Oh, that's your nail in it. I'm about to say, what is that? But why your neck? Oh. They been in here fighting, y'all. And I don't know who won. It looked like I don't know. Get in the cage, bro. I don't know who did what, chat, but they mad is all get out at each other right now. You do something to her, bro? What you do to her? He did something to you? Or you did something to him? Which one? Okay, you definitely did something to him. I mean her. You did something to her. You did something to her? You did something to her, bro. What he do to you? You okay? Those remember that? Not like that, but what he do to you? What he do to you? He do something to you? He do something to you? I don't know what happened, chat. I just know. I don't know. But yeah. Did you do something to her, bro? Or did she do something to you? It looked like you did something to her. You did something to him? Okay, I don't know who did what at this point. Cause they both on some weird stuff right now. You okay? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's happened a lot in my life, man. And then it kind of just turned into a trend, you feel me? Like, you know? And then a nigga started getting, you know, going through stuff and losing my mind and stuff. And, like, you feel me? Recently getting just trolled. You feel me? It's like, it all just, you know? You could disguise something to, like, you feel me? So somebody fit right in the narrative. You know what I mean? The whole time, like, the story is on you as a crook. You feel me? But it's only so, you know, the people that got the story out on you, you know, don't nobody. It's like it's no attention. Like, it's nobody looking. You know what I mean? In a certain direction. You okay? You okay? Okay. Okay.
Until SeaWorld was absolutely closed. He hid, and then at night, he went to Shamu's exhibit, took all of his clothes off, folded them nice and neatly, put them by Shamu's exhibit, hopped the fence, and jumped into the water with Shamu.
Dang.
What do you think happened to Daniel Duke the next morning when they opened SeaWorld?
I'm hoping he's just swimming with the fish.
He was ripped to shreds. They could barely recognize his face. And it bit his, bit his testicles off, too.
How big was his testicles that a whale took it out?
He was 27 years old.
This don't even add up. You know what I mean? This sounds like a story I hear when somebody's high. Are you messing with me right now?
I swear to God.
Wait, by the way, hold on. Why did we even get here?
I'll tell you why.
Okay. Thanks for the lead up.
So,
how does Shamu bite your nuts off, dog? How does Shamu, like, do you not think about that? Like, so he folded his clothes up?
I don't think he was aiming. I think he was just chomping, and he landed. He got somewhere.
It's just such specific details. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm so
painting
sorry.
a picture.
Go on, please go.
So my point was,
there's a picture of this?
No. I mean, there was pictures of him after, but
though, bro.
I'm not showing those.
I thought you were about to show me
smoke.
Boom, right? No. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
Show me, dude. I'm just kidding. All right, please. I'm loving where this is going.
Sure. What I think sin is, and it's perfectly encapsulated with
I need to keep this
analogy, because God puts up certain rules for us, and that's that fence, and He tells us not to go over.
You know, from here, I need to not
rely so much on our own strength,
you feel me?
Because we want to just have fun sometimes, and so we don't commit sin because we want to hurt somebody. You're laughing. What's up?
Dude, it's such a weird. It's just such a funny. Dude, the build-up is just. I'm picturing some whale chomping on some dude's testicles right now, and you're like, that reminds me. There's so many other. If God, dog, that's so funny, bro. And that's why I think God. Dude, even God in heaven was like, "Where's he going with this, dude?" Like, hey, dude, that was so good, bro. Hey, at least somebody listened to that and they're like, "You're right, dude. I'm not trying to get shredded into pieces." Dude, it's just the way you detailed him folding the clothes and then jumping over, and then the way you tied it into this biblical man who had strength with long hair. I was just trying to figure out, but that was great. So you hear that, kids? Hey, listen to me. Don't smoke weed, or a whale's gonna come and jump on your nuts, dude. Dude, don't ask me. Ask him, bro. This is his. Hey, bro, that was my favorite question or statement.
You know
anybody
how
has
hard
ever
it
said.
was for me to keep going while George is staring at me like this?
Bro, I was trying so hard not to laugh, dude. I was even picturing myself. I don't know if you can get on camera. I was like trying, like, don't do that, bro. No, he's trying to be serious right now. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm glad. I hope this is a clip, bro.
This is going to be
I
definitely good.
really hope this is a clip. And please, when you're talking about the shampoo part, put, like, pictures of and then bring up the book, make sure. Oh my god. Dude, I love you so much. I love this kid so much, bro. Okay, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Yeah, bro.
Should I finish the point?
Imagine tonight I'm lighting a J and I'm like, you know what?
I'm going to get my dick turned off.
I am a changed man now. I will not. Alright. I'm so sorry, bro.
Okay. I'm going to finish the point, though. Alright. Hey, I'm going to be in the exact position. This is how I know we're different people, because when I read it in the book, I was like, oh, this is fucking great. This explains everything for me.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So the whole analogy of you relying on your own strength, when we commit sin, it's not because we want to have someone harmed or we want to go against God, but it's because of the fact that we just want to experience a little bit of fun. Daniel Duke didn't want to die the next day. He wanted to actually have fun and to have a cool story to tell his friends. But we rely on our own strength for when we jump over the fence in life. We want to land on this green grass, this patch right here, because it's something new. And we're like, okay, I did it once, so I can do it again. So you go back to the opposite side again.
I'm just looking at him.
Yeah?
I'm looking at him.
Go that way, Tuma.
Dude, okay, go. I'm listening.
I know you're listening.
I'm here, bro.
All right.
I'm not
I'm just making sure. Okay.
I've already laughed out, bro. I laughed out. But I get where you're going with this. I like the vibe.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is that God puts up these rules not because he wants to be a tyrannical dictator saying you can't have fun in life. He's saying, listen, you don't know what's on the opposite side of this fence that could lead you down a path where the beasts get you, and I'm not on the opposite side of this fence. I'm clearly right here. I'm letting you know where I am. And so the sin is the opposite side that pulls you in deeper and deeper until you can't find your way back to the opposite side. That was the analogy.
So yeah, basically, chat. You know, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, as far as just like morality go, I guess. Sometimes you can get painted out to be like, you know, the sneaky slime ball, or you know what I mean? And then they turn into a trend. And once it turned into a trend, you feel me? For the most part, it's gonna turn into like, you know, this was going on anyway. So why not, you know? Why not put an extra layer on it? You know what I'm saying? Effort type. And it's done happened so many times, I can't even stress about it no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it literally done drove me crazy already. You feel me? And then it's like, but at the same time, that's why it fits the narrative now even more. You know what I'm saying? Because it already drove me crazy once. You know? It's kind of just like once you go crazy one time, you can't re-go. You know what I mean? You can't re-go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's almost like the evil plan worked. You know what I mean? And now it's finna get used to just like, you know, back somebody in a corner or something. Pretty much. You know? So that's the reason I don't even really worry about it no more. It's almost like 10 to 12 people start calling you ugly. You know what I'm saying? But it's like all 10 people, you know what I'm saying? Even though you might be a little ugly, all 10 people, you know what I'm saying, know, not even, let me rephrase that, because that's finna get used against me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, 10 people can call you ugly knowing, you feel me, that you really like a beautiful person. You know what I'm saying? And these 10 people could tell you that because, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, bro. If you caught my drift where I was going with that, bro, then you caught it. You know? If not, bro, it's alright.
I love it.
And you don't lose your testicles all the time.
It's just the detail. Hey, but you know what? Everything that you just said makes sense, and I should have let you finish what you said because it hit.
You should have.
But I promise
we do. I don't know it because it's like weed is tricky, bro. Weed is tricky because it's like it can like, and it's like you start thinking this way because in most cases, bro, 9 times out of 10, you be right. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand. You feel me? Weed making you feel like you can actually see things for what it is, but then it's like it can also trick you, you know what I'm saying, into thinking hard. You know what I'm saying? Like hard subscription to this thought. You know what I mean? And it ain't even in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like in some cases. Most cases, no. You know what I'm saying? But in some cases, you feel me? Like it don't even add up to, you feel me? What you might have thought it, you know what I mean? It added up to. So I don't know, man.
I promise you this, dude. I think the clip's gonna do a lot better with us laughing. No, I get what you're saying. Basically, God said, "I set boundaries. If you cross this line, you're moving away from me. I'm not gonna chase you down there."
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. I got a question, strictly for me, and by all means, go deep on me and beat me up if you need to.
But this is not no crit. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, but in this case though,
but especially our parents' generation,
nigga,
the topic of marijuana.
We just definitely revealed to me that this Christian podcast ain't all the way a Christian podcast. Cause like, what's going on, bro? Why is that clipping the clip? You feel me? Like, why is that clip?
Every time
the
I'm
clip,
competing against
clip
the best, I
the
want to
clip
win. So
segment
I mean,
section.
there's a lot of people that's considered the best in YouTube here. So I want to show why I'm the best other than.
Me and Rob, we got Frank and Nas.
Anyway, Chad,
so I feel
like
get
up off that, man.
Elite in the YouTube space. I feel like everybody's gonna come in with like the same exact. Like we all